understand the community surrounding the forest, these are the major destructors of the forest.
Ukitaka kupata riziki ya nyumba ama chakula, ni lazima uende msituni, uende urokote kuni, uende uuze, ndio upate chakula kwa watoto.
Prunus africana, the leaves cures malaria. So either you can take the leaves, you chew it, or you can take the leaves, then you mash it, you put in a container, you mix with water, and then you drink. It cures malaria completely. And again, you'll find when it's very big tree, the bark decoction, like if you take the bark, then you boil, then you drink, it cures prostate cancer and also back problem. So you'll find through that, in the forest, these trees have been affected due to their highly medicinal value.
Kakamega Forest is Kenya's only remaining tropical forest and traverses Kisumu and Kakamega County. The forest is home to dozens of species of birds and animals and acts as a host to over 380 species of plants that include medicinal trees. For decades, the local community have utilized the vast natural resources that include natural medicine and firewood. The unsustainable practices have brought along wanton destruction of the forest.
In the forest ecosystem, this plant is very important, like this tree. Because we have a big beetle, we call it Goliath beetle in Kakamega forest. It feeds only on the leaves of this tree. So like if people will harm all trees from the forest of the same species, it means this kind of beetle, it will get extinct. And that is why we initiated this project to safeguard and to conserve these trees in the forest. Because even research should be done, maybe we do have other insects or other animals that depend on the same. This one now, you will find people now are uprooting, they are taking the roots. Because the roots, they cure seriously coughing. Like if someone is really coughing, you just take the roots, you boil, then you drink decoction. It cures coughing completely. And you'll find in the forest it has been affected because sometimes you may think maybe some of the animals are the one making these holes. But you'll find there are people because they need what? The roots for medicinal value.
First of all, these communities surrounding the forest, we noticed that if these people are not empowered to get a livelihood from whichever means, then these people will enter the forest. And that is why we as Kenya Forest Service, we are partnering with the communities, and the communities are doing some friendly activities. For example, we have organizations surrounding the forest. We have KEEP. KEEP is standing for Environmental Education Program. And under KEEP, we have the Muliro Farmers. Muliro Farmers is one of the groups under the KEEP, which is a CBO in a CFA. So these people engage in activities. Some of them, for example, we have cultivation of some plant called osimum. This osimum is cultivated by the community surrounding the forest. The purpose of this is to ensure that the communities surrounding the forest are engaged in some income-generating activities. And by so doing, these persons will not enter the forest and destroy the forest. So the youth and the women in the form of groups or individuals, normally they are engaged with activities of cultivation of this crop, and this crop, when they take it to they have their factory adjacent to the forest. So this one, they earn a living out of the product that they sell, which normally is sold to the organization, the group, in terms of kilograms, and they get money. Other than that, we also, CP has also partnered with the Kenya Forest Service and the communities. These people, they normally CP do the capacity building. A lot of workshops, they've done a lot of workshops into the neighborhood communities. And this is to sensitize the community in order to avoid the destruction of the forest.
The Switch Africa Green project was aimed at achieving sustainable development by engaging in transition towards an inclusive green economy based on sustainable consumption and production patterns, while generating growth, creating decent jobs, and reducing poverty, and working with local communities. The project is safeguarding natural resources and enhancing livelihoods.
Switch Africa Green was designed out of some assessments done in the various African countries, and out of those assessments there were priority issues that came up. And basically it was the issue of how does these countries transition into a inclusive green economy, a low carbon pathway. And one of the issues that came up was that some of the sectors that contribute to a lot of carbon emission was agriculture, manufacturing, tourism, waste management. So you find in looking at those assessments, like for Kenya, it was done in 2011, it was realized that for Kenya to transition, actually, the priority sectors were agriculture, tourism, and manufacturing, as it had been established in the assessment. So then came the question, yes, we've done the assessment, so how do we support these countries? So one of the ways was looking at helping these countries also achieve their sustainable development goals. How can this happen? And one of the focus was actually, lots of people are looking at others, reducing poverty, universal health, but then very few people were looking at SDG number 12, which is sustainable consumption and production. Then the European Union found it good to support these countries by coming up with this project to help these countries transition. So the focus then is how. So one was to look at the policy interventions. How do we then help? As much as we want to support them to transition, as much as we are proposing sustainable consumption, then how do these countries transition in terms policy-wise? So again, the individual countries had to do an assessment on policy interventions that could help their countries transition, including Kenya. So the first thing was to look at policies in agriculture, in manufacturing, and in tourism. So that was done under the support of Switch Africa. The other thing on the component of business development was to look at, yes, we have these policies, but then how do we improve the issue of business development? And the main focus was, let's bring private sector in so that we are able to help these small, micro, and medium enterprises. So around the business development is to look at what are the needs of these MSMEs. Is it greening their businesses? Is it greening their business plans? Is it improving them in eco-innovation? So around the business development was now capacity building for the MSMEs that are to be supported, majorly along what they were doing, either in tourism, manufacturing, or agriculture. So again, the other main component is the networking. This actually is the knowledge base through networking, and MSMEs and partners being able to draw lessons and to be able to share in networking forums. So through these three components, when the call for proposals was done in 2014, lots of applicants did apply in Kenya. And I'm happy to report that Isipe and Muliro were successful, and then they got their grant in July 2015 and took upon their implementation.
Isipe ilikuja na mradi wa dawa za kienyeji yenye inajulikana kama Osmam Kinmanscharika, ambapo ilikuwa dawa tulikuwa tunatumia kienyeji. Mtu akiwa mgonjwa tulikuwa tunaenda msituni tunatafuta, alafu tunaweka kwa mtungi, tunapoil, alafu tunachifunika na blanketi, alafu hiyo steam ukianza kuihil unapata kama unapata nafuu. Kwa hivyo walitutoa kwa hiyo njia kutoka msituni, wakatuelimisha jinsi ya kupanda huo mmea kutoka kwa seedbed mpaka kwa shamba. Hivyo tukaendelea, tukapata wafadhili kama sisi kikundi, tukatafuta hii shamba yenye iko, tukauliza Isipe, tumepata shamba, hatutaki sasa tuwe tukifanyia kazi zetu kwa boma la mtu, ni heri tuwe na shamba yetu kama kikundi. Kwa hivyo walitusaidia kifedha, tukanunua hii shamba yenye iko hapa, ni 1.1 heka. Kama wakulima sisi wenyewe, kama members, tukachanga pesa kidogo, na hiyo matawi yenye tulikuwa tumeanza kupanda ya Osmam, tulikuwa tunavuna. Watu wa Isipe wanakuja wanapepa na gari, wanaenda nayo Nairobi, wanafanyia process yote Nairobi, wanatuletea pesa. Wakati huo walikuwa wanatulipisha kwa kilo moja shilingi 8, lakini tulivumilia kiasi mpaka tukafika wakati tukachenga nyumba yenye iko hapo. Tukaanza kufanya distillation yetu polepole na wakiendelea kukuelimisha. Wakati tulikuwa tumeweka mchengo tukamaliza, wafadhili wengine wakaanza kukuja kutuangalia na kutusaidia, kama UNTP ambapo ilitupea pesa kidogo, tukachenga nyumba yenye tunakawishia hii mimea yetu ndani.
Yeah, when Muliro partnered with ISIPE through Switch Africa Green, we had an introduction of solar panels. And with the introduction of solar panels, it reduced the cost of heating. And apart from that, under occupational health and safety measures, when Switch Africa came in with their funding, we managed to install a lot of signs. And these signs were used for directive measures so that we could improve in the production of distillation by simply taking in the rightful steps at the right time.
From that implementation, I think for Switch Africa, ISIPE and Muliro partnership is one of those we would say is a success story. One, because we saw a tripartite kind of approach in the implementation. We have ISIPE bringing in the research component, then we have Muliro Farmers Conservation Group bringing in the community perspective, whereby they were able to mobilize farmers working around Kakamega Forest to be able also to participate in this Switching Africa Green. And for us in Kenya, as the national coordinator, I'm actually proudly most of the time saying, yes, we switch Africa Green, but we are switching Kenya Green. So I want to say they are one of the champions that they've actually supported the Switching Africa and Switching Kenya Green. The other thing also is the partnership approach. We have seen that where it's not just the normal partnership, but it's also a partnership where it's a win-win situation. ISIPE is doing their research, right, perfect, tick, tick. But also they've brought in the Muliro to be able also to learn and to be part of the research, which was beautiful for us. If you go down to Kakamega Forest, which I think you have done that, you will find some model farmers who will explain to you how they were able to use the tools that we developed together with ISIPE and Muliro and how they have improved, for instance, the production of osimam.
Osimam nianza na kablod katoko tu. Wakati ulianza hatukuwa na mafundisho wakati huo. Na vile bado kwanza nilikuwa nikipanda tu kitu kama 5 meter to 20 meter ako kablod. Alafu bei yake wakati ulikuwa kuharvest sasa kugusa shilingi 10 tangu 1914, yani 2014 not 19, 2014 tukugusa 10 shillings per kilogram. Vile Switch Africa na watu wa Vision vile walikuja hatukuongezea tena kutufundisha maneno mengine ya kupanda vitu kama hii pollinator curtains. Kwa hiyo osimam nilikuwa kufanya vitu ya intercropping. Padi benye nilikuwa nikipata kitu kama shilingi ya 50 vile nilianza kufanya intercropping, nilikuwa nikipata mapato kidogo kwenda juu. So nilikuwa nikivuna osimam napata hii ya osimam, kimaliza kwa osimam tena napata hii ya intercropping vitu kama hii cowpeas, unapanda huko vitunguu na kadhalika. Alafu kipata ya osimam baada ya kabla sijapata mshahara ya osimam, unajua tunakatanga kupeleka kwa enterprise mpaka kuna muda tena yenye tunangojanga. Ndio kimaliza huyo muda ukiisha ndio tunaenda kupata mshahara. Lakini na ile nyingine yenye ilikuwa kipande ya intercropping hii, unajua hiyo inaendanga haraka. Intercropping kitu kama hii cowpeas ama onions. Sababu kwa mwaka osimam sio na harvest mara 3. Baada ya miezi 3 na harvest. Tena miezi zingine 3 na harvest.
Na vitu kama gaubis ama vitunguu sio namaliza tu mwezi mmoja ya 2 karibu 3 na harvest hiyo. Hata saizi niko nazo nimepanda.
Maisha yangu imepatilika sababu nilipoingia maisha ya nyumba sikukuwa na kazi, mzee hakukuwa na kazi na tukapata watoto. Vile huu mradi wa Osmam ulikuja nikasema mimi nitangangana na mradi. Hakika wengi walifika njiani wakatoroka. Nami nikasema sitatoroka. Nitapambana na mradi nione nitafikisha wapi maisha. Hakika nilipanda, nika harvest. Ukienda hata kwa boma yangu niko na mizinga, niko na asali, napata kidogo kutoka kwa Osmam, napata kidogo kutoka kwa asali, mpaka hata boma imepatilika. Mimi nimesomesha watoto ambapo si kujua hata mtoto naweza kupeleka nursery school asome. Lakini hakika kujiunga pamoja na kukuja na huu mradi na kuvumilia, maisha imepatilika.